Tips to save time when prepping family dinner, secrets to look better naked and feel more confident, and how to save money on your home remodel.
Welcome to Life Love Shopping. I'm Rachel Kay.
And I'm Michelle Yarn. You know, the Nestle Crunch Bar, delicious, turning 75.
Wow.
And they got a really cool contest going on. It will appeal to your sweet tooth and your pocketbook. So we'll tell you how to get in on that one.
Exciting. And we're also going to help you out with when it comes to your kids and talking to them about more serious issues, like things that have gone on the news, like the recent Boston Marathon bombing. We're going to give you some tips on how to talk to them about those big events so that you don't scare them and you make them informed.
Okay. All right. Well, sticking with parenting, you know, we've talked about a lot of controversial childbirth and parenting trends on this show, but there's one that everybody's talking about right now. It's called the lotus birth. So we're going to explain it, and just, you know, a heads up, if you're a little squeamish, you might want to look away. But a lotus birth is also called non-severance, and basically it's an all-natural technique where you leave the baby's umbilical cord and placenta attached after they're born until it detaches naturally from baby. And as you can see, you would keep the attached placenta in a bowl, or you would wrap it up. I mean, usually it can take anywhere from 3 to 10 days to detach. So yeah, you'd basically be carrying that around for that amount of time. So why do it? The lotus birth supporters say there's less chance for infection because there's no wound where they cut the umbilical cord.
Okay.
More nutrients will be delivered to the baby because you get a full transfer of all that stem cell blood, which could prevent future disease. They say there's reduced physical stress. I mean, lots of reasons for it. A lot of people talking about it, obviously. It's kind of jarring.
Yeah.
People who are against it say, you know, there's really not many proven benefits after a few minutes.
Right.
A lot of people will delay clamping the cord because it's still, it's kind of, it's still pulsing. There's still blood going through. But after,
it's an organ, so once you take it out, it's done, right? It's no longer, you're not giving any more benefits, right?
So yeah, and then the interview was interesting too because they're saying like, well, what do you do if you want to go run errands or people come visit? Do you hand them your baby and your bowl with, you know?
That's
so it's rough. But my only issue with this is the way it's been covered. Everybody's making it out to be disgusting and it's going to smell gross. And yes, it's probably kind of nasty, but natural birthing techniques already get such a bad rap. I feel like if it's not going to hurt the baby or the mom, let them do what they want. You know, we make it so hard for like midwives and natural births and hypnobirthing. All those things get kind of like the loony rap, which I don't think is cool, but it's weird. But if you're in for it,
of medical and, you know, natural.
Yeah.
Well, here's something we can definitely get behind: shaving our legs. Right? We hate doing it, but we got to do it, and we spend a lot of time doing it as well. British beauty brand Essentials survey found that women spend, get this, 72 days shaving their legs over the course of a lifetime. Plus, it's the most hated beauty ritual. 35% of women loathe shaving their legs more than anything else. And check out how much of our life is wasted on looking good. All right, styling your hair, 294 days over a lifetime. Removing makeup, 52 days. Moisturizing, 44 days, but that's okay, that's important. Tweezing your eyebrows, 30 days. Painting your nails, 20 days. And self-tanning, only 12 days. So we got that going for us.
Guys are so lucky they don't have to go through all that stuff. When you put it into perspective like that, oh my God.
The only thing they have to do is shave.
Yeah, and like the shaving thing, I always think of those infomercials with the woman and she's like, ah, and like the razor flies up in the air and there's like shaving cream everywhere, but it feels like that sometimes.
It's a hassle.
And we don't like stubble on our legs, but when it comes to a man's face, apparently the more stubble, the better. That's according to researchers in Australia. Yes, people do studies on those. Their studies showed women found men with stubble the most attractive, while heavy beards, light stubble, and clean-shaven faces, they didn't score quite so well. And what do the guys think of their own hairy faces? Well, apparently they rated full beards and heavy stubble the highest. I mean, it takes the least amount of effort, right?
That's true. I like a little sexy stubble. I think that's attractive. But
it depends how it grows in, because I know people, my husband included.
With the patches, they get the little patchy
It'll
spots.
Be like
doesn't
some
come in.
here and a little there. It's not so sexy.
Just you know, that keep the goatee thing at bay.
That weird little triangle.
Yeah,
so what is that supposed to be? What is that? It's
gross,
like
and I don't think we can say what the nickname for it is anyway on the show. All right, so women, we also love a good manicure. You can thank Hollywood, though, not France, for the French manicure. Women's Wear Daily explains the history of the two-tone mani as follows. Okay, in the 70s, Jeff Pink, the creator of Orly, created the white tip and a natural base look as a response to the movie sets that were bogged down by the task of changing an actress's nail color for every costume change. Could you imagine? And the industry just loved his time saving Manny, but the nail art trick only took off when it hit the runways of course, France, hence the name probably. So the Hollywood manicure just doesn't have the same name ring to it when you say that. So to help inspire your next mani, we'll be sharing some of the cool new manicures hitting Hollywood with you throughout our show a little later.
Starbucks lovers, listen up. You are about to hear something many thought would never happen. The coffee company lowering prices. Say what? Yep, it's true. And here's why. Starbucks is betting that a cheaper morning fix will help attract more people, meaning more cash for the company. But don't get too excited. I, was excited at first and then I read about it. The cuts are only for the prepackaged stuff. Womp womp. So how much can you save? Well, starting May 10th, you'll see a 10% drop in the price of the packaged coffees in the grocery store.
Well, that's good. And we know the obvious benefits of coffee, like being wide awake, but that cup of joe is actually good for you as well. It may lower your risk of death, one study found. The more coffee you drink, the lower the risk of death, regardless of whether it was caffeinated or decaffeinated. It helps make your reproductive systems happy. A new study found that women who drank more than 4 cups had a 25% lower risk of endometrial cancer. It also lowers your chances of developing type 2 diabetes. A compound in coffee helps block a substance in the body that may play a role in the development of diabetes. It also helps protect your brain. Coffee drinkers are more likely to resist development of dementia and Alzheimer's later in life, and it's also really great for your skin. The caffeine is linked to a lower risk of developing the most diagnosed form of skin cancer. And chefs and wannabe chefs are always cooking up new twists on dessert recipes, and now you can cash in on that creativity. Michelle and Andrea Jackson are in the kitchen with more.
We're wishing a very happy birthday to one of our favorite American candy bars, and the candy icon is celebrating its 75th birthday this year.
75, a timeless combination of milk chocolate and crisped rice. You know what I'm talking about. The Nestle Crunch turns 75 this year. Now, in honor of this milestone, Nestle is hosting the Nestle Crunch 75th Birthday Showdown. It's a national bakery competition.
So how do we sample some of the entries?
Oh, yeah. Okay, from now through April 21st, you can head to one of 15 bakeries across the country participating in the contest, from New York to LA, including Crumb's Bake Shop nationwide. You can also find the complete list on our website and on Nestle Crunch's Facebook page.
And I've been looking at all of the amazing Showdown treat photos and recipes on the Nestle Crunch Facebook page, and I have been dying to try one. I'm actually thinking about creating my own crunch cupcake by following one of the recipes I found. And if you want to see what all of this buzz is about, just log on to the facebook.com/Nestle Crunch page and vote for your favorite. Facebook voters also have the chance to instantly win a free Nestle Crunch bar.
And consumers can vote for the final 3 treats, and the grand prize winning treat will be selected by the Nestle culinary team and celebrity chef Carla Hall. And then the winning bakery will be announced at the end of April.
So happy birthday, Nestle Crunch.
Cheers, happy birthday.
For more info, just log on to our website.
Looks so good. Well, more than 50 billion pints of beer are consumed yearly in the U.S. That's a lot of chugging, which is why Details Magazine is breaking down your favorite brews by how many calories you're consuming. So let's start with some of the traditional ones, like Budweiser. That's 145 calories for one 12-ounce beer. Coors is 149, followed by Miller High Life, which is 143. But if you want the best bet, you're of course going to go with Miller Lite. That's only 96 calories. Now, if you're feeling a little islandy, your Red Stripe is 153 calories. Plus, a Corona Extra is 148 calories per 12 ounces. Your best bet here is, of course, Corona Light, only 105. And if you like those craft brews, go with the Magic Hat number 9. That's 146 calories. And get this one, Sam Adams Boston Lager, 175 calories for just one beer. And Anchor Porter, if you like those dark beers, that's 209 calories.
Wow.
Yes, it's a lot. But Guinness, only 125 calories, plus you get all those extra health benefits when you drink those dark beers.
And I love Guinness, so that makes me very happy. Now, let's say you wanted to cut out drinking completely. A new way to do it, apparently by planting bad memories of a make-believe vendor. So, something that has you thinking you looked a little bit like this, for instance. Yeah, I know. Researchers are exploring the possibility that convincing drinkers they had a bad experience with liquor, even if they didn't, could lead them to drink less. So they tested this theory at the University of California in Irvine. It worked on nearly 20% of the participants.
Wow.
And this is kind of surprising. Like, dozens of studies now show it's actually pretty easy to create false memories. Because I'm reading this article, I'm like, what the heck are they talking about? Well, they use suggestive techniques. So they basically plant false memories in your mind, maybe using your personal info to convince you, or having your family members claim that
that's
false memories are
dangerous.
true. This is like crazy, and it's been used before to keep people from eating fatty foods as
Yeah.
well. It's kind of extreme,
It's
right?
a little dangerous to have, them making up these fake things that happen, because then how will you know the difference between what was real
You
and
won't.
your other memories?
Then somebody's
You're
going to
start
have the bright
forget.
idea to make you forget your ex, or it's just going to go crazy. I think it's
No,
really
you need
nuts.
to remember from your past mistakes and then move on. And if you really want to quit drinking, I don't know that just creating a fake memory is really going to help.
Just let yourself
you need
make
a little
the mistake.
more
You'll
help.
probably do whatever they're trying to plant in your head if you need this help anyway.
All right. Well, there's still more to come on Life Love Shopping. We are sharing tips on how to talk to and approach your kids about those tough topics you see in the news.
Plus, we've got your busy family survival guide, including a stress-free way to sit down and all enjoy a meal together when Life Love Shopping returns.
Welcome back to Life Love Shopping.
Whenever a public tragedy happens, like the Boston Marathon bombings, for instance, as parents, the thought will naturally turn to, okay, what should I tell my kids?
Right, and while you may be tempted to avoid telling them altogether what's going on, chances are they're going to hear about it on the bus or the playground or at school.
Very true. So here are some tips from author and psychologist Jennifer Powell-Lunder to make the conversation easier. First of all, she says turn the media off. You don't need that continued exposure to the footage and the commentary. It's only going to cause panic, stress, and anxiety. And offer information at a level your kids can understand. Just remember, how and what you say will depend on the ages of your children. Spare them all those graphic details. They really don't need them. And they will take their cues from you. So remember, if they sense your fear and panic, they're probably going to feel the same. And remember this, they may not have a reaction at all, especially the younger kids. They're focused only on the world around them, so they may not relate. And give them status updates on friends and family. So if you know people who live in Boston, or you know people who went there to run the marathon, make sure you give them the information you have if they ask you about it. And probably the biggest tip of all, I love this one, highlight the humanity of others. Focus on the good. Think about all the everyday heroes who have emerged from this to help others. Show them that and talk about that.
Right, when they're watching or seeing any of the coverage, I read this, Mr. Rogers said
Yeah.
his mom told him to look for the helpers.
Yeah.
Always look for the helpers,
Absolutely.
and that'll keep them happy.
Yep. And speaking of family, if you've got a busy family schedule, making time for everybody to eat together can seem impossible, but it doesn't have to be. Check out these tips.
Hi, this is Sharon Lau, and I've got a great tip for busy families everywhere. To save time and be more efficient in the kitchen, look for tasty shortcuts that'll satisfy everyone's taste buds. For example, if your family loves the delicious taste of homemade potatoes but doesn't have time for all that peeling, slicing, and chopping, try Simply Potatoes shredded hash browns. They're really versatile. You can serve them on their own or in a recipe like a quiche, casserole, or even a potatoes gratin. They're available in your supermarket's refrigerated aisle, and what I love about these is that they're fresh, never frozen, and made from real potatoes. For more information and recipes, go to simplypotatoes.com.
So, bikini season's here. Maybe
Yes.
you've been working out. Once your body is banging, maybe you want to strip down and show it off, right?
Yeah, who doesn't? But sometimes going nude is a regrettable decision, especially in Hollywood, right, Morgan Miller? We
Yes.
have more on this, right?
We do. We've all seen those movies where celebs show a little bit more than their acting talents, right? Whether you consider them to be really hot or really awkward, these celebs regret doing them all together. Like Natalie Portman, you may remember this movie, Hotel Chevalier from 2007, where she had an extensive nude scene, but now she says it just makes her angry because people have those nude pictures of her on porn sites, completely taking away from the whole point and drama of the scene, okay? And this isn't just a ladies' game. Some male actors weren't feeling the overshare either. Ben Stiller was extremely uncomfortable bearing his bum on the beach, and along came Polly, and he said if he would have known he could have had a butt double, he wouldn't have bared his bootyliciousness like that. I don't blame him. We've all seen this one, though. Kate Winslet in Titanic. She went full frontal in the movie, and several others, but had second and third thoughts about this scene, saying she didn't want to become that actress that always takes her clothes
Too
off,
late.
right? Yeah, right. Too late for that one. Well, they may not want to be in the nude, but if you share the same sentiments, here are some tips to help you feel good whether you're wearing just your skin or not, right? Okay, take a stand. It's the first thing. Mind your posture and find your power pose. Standing straight up will not only help you look more confident, but it elongates your body. Find your light. This is mine. I'm all about the light, especially here. This is something we all know about. Lighting is everything. It's best to usually stay away from lights in the bathroom. There's either too much there or not enough, and it's never flattering. Naked.
Candlelight.
Also, ladies, tend your garden. However you like to trim it, just make sure you maintain a well-kept garden. I promise you will instantly boost your confidence level. I know it boosts mine.
Those are good tips. Those are good tips. We're going to feel
tips,
much
yeah.
more confident in the nude. Or just walk around your house naked. That's
Or that.
a good one.
It does help.
All right. Well, sometimes we just need a good self-esteem boost to feel good about ourselves, right?
True, and next time your confidence is on shaky ground, crank it up with one of these tactics from Cosmo magazine.
Love Cosmo. Okay, fiddle with your Facebook timeline. Ignore the humble brag posts and spend time adding to your profile. It makes you feel better about the things going on in your life. And wear red. Studies show that the color instantly attracts men. Knowing this makes you act more confident, which helps keep a guy more interested.
Yes, have a dance party. Any form of exercise produces biochemical changes in your body. Look at that little baby, he's getting it on. It'll help boost your mood and your confidence, or just watch this video and you'll feel better if you don't feel like dancing. And like Morgan said, sit up straight. I may sound like your mother, but researchers found improving your posture removes self-doubt and you'll come off as strong and smart.
Or you could do this one, make a Pinterest board of
Love
your proudest
Pinterest.
achievements. I love Pinterest.
Yes.
Not just recipes. Keep reminders of the goals you've accomplished, like earning a degree, and things like that will remind you of how capable you are. And try holding the door for someone or buying the guy behind you in line a latte when you do something nice.
That's really
It's
nice.
one of those rare moments that you can talk yourself up and it's an instant boost. So lots of easy ways there.
Yes,
to feel
I
better.
did that.
I'd
I
like
let
to be
this-
that guy in line.
Yeah,
that
I
gets
let
the
a guy go in
latte.
front of me. I didn't buy him a latte, but I let him go ahead of me. He was like, really? I was like, yeah. He's like, okay.
And then you're like,
what's
what's
wrong
wrong
with
with
her?
it?
Pay it forward, right?
Awesome.
It's good, yeah.
All right, well, coming up on Life Love Shopping, if you want to remodel your house, we have insider tips on how to stay below budget for once.
Yes,
Thank God.
plus you can learn how to go green with some easy tech upgrades that will also save you some money.
Welcome back to Life Love Shopping. We're going to help you get your home reno on.
Yes, we are. Going over budget is a surprise no one wants to face, but it's hard not to shell out more than you want to.
Right, so thisoldhouse.com has the insider tips you need to save some extra cash.
That's right. Increase efficiency, not size. For example, if you can reorganize and equip your kitchen for maximum utility, you may not need to blow out the walls to gain that square footage.
All right, and skip the foundation. If local code allows it, you may be able to support a small addition on posts and beams, kind of like you would do for a deck.
Okay, and wait until contractors want your business. Don't schedule your renovation in the height of summer or between September when the kids go back to school and Christmas. That's prime time.
All right, consider long-term costs, not just your short-term gains. So what may be more expensive now can actually save you some money down the road. So those are the things you want to keep in mind.
That's right, and going green is the way to go. And with Earth Day right around the corner, here are some must-have green tech upgrades from earthtechling.com.
All right, the first one, so simple and will not only save the environment, but it will save your wallet as well. Switch to rechargeable batteries this Earth Day. Do this. Collect all of the battery-powered devices you use most often and replace single-use batteries with the rechargeable ones. You can also go solar. That's an option. You know, maybe you don't have the finances to put solar panels on the roof necessarily, but you can also invest in solar chargers and use them maybe for your phone or your other mobile devices. That's a good way to go. You can also rent, share, and swap. You can rent high-priced clothing, swap books and media, borrow someone's vacation home. Every time you share instead of buying new, it prevents that unnecessary waste and it supports the local economy. So there are lots of ways to do that. There's that website. It's like freecycle.org.
Okay, what is
you ever
that?
heard of that?
Yeah.
So you pick your town and you go to the website and it shows you all of the things people want to give away. And if you have things you need or you want to give
kinda
away, it's
swap.
all for free. So yeah, you're free cycling, recycling
like
your goods. So that's
that.
something to check out too.
And of course, always carpooling. Try to
Yeah.
carpool. You'll save on gas, and you can cut down.
Save the environment and get in that HOV lane and just floor it.
Go right through, right
Yep.
through. All right, well, we also have to deal with pet shedding, of course. It's one of the not so joyful aspects of being a pet owner, but the love for your furry family member really helps you cope, and so will these tips from vetstreet.com. Some pets lose hair for health reasons. If it's excessive, you may want to visit a vet. Otherwise, reduce shedding by bathing them regularly. This loosens fur that's ready to be shed. Okay, next, collect the fur. A lint roller is a lifesaver for your wardrobe, you know this. Then, of course, just keep the house fur free by vacuuming and sweeping often. And there's always the option to attempt to contain it, right? Depending on your dog's environment, a t-shirt specifically fitted for them may help contain some of the hair, but you have to ask your vet if this is a good option for your dog.
Just cover everything in sheets and then you won't have to worry about it.
Right? Like it.
Yeah. And like we said, a visit to the doggy doctor, it can be necessary. And here are some of the top causes for vet visits according to veterinary pet insurance. Upset stomach and vomiting, this happens a lot. You can remedy this at home though by feeding your pet a bland diet with herbal remedies like ginger. If there are behavioral changes too though, or it lasts more than 2 days, you do need to go to the vet. For ear infections, historically they've been the main reason dogs are seen at the vet. Symptoms can include scratching and rubbing your ears, shaking your head. Dental disease, something we often forget about. Signs of dental disease in a cat include irritated bleeding gums and bad breath. It's all gross
I know, that's
stuff.
so gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we want to keep them safe.
Yeah.
They're our family members,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
All right, well, here at Life Love Shopping, we want to connect with you always. We're not on TV. You can stay in touch by liking our Facebook page and, of course,
Yes.
follow us on Twitter.
At Life Love Shop, don't forget.